Happy Valentine's Day as I'm filming this, and welcome to Perfumery log number 12. I have been making dilutions all morning and smelling them from all of the essential oils I got. And you really should see my haul video, it's quite a haul. And I thought I would show you how the dilution process works, because I'm down to the last of the things I need to dilute. I've diluted everything that's going to need diluting for this round of perfumes, except for the lavender, because I'm going to need the neat lavender anyway for the other project I'm working on today. So I thought I would show you. Okay, tear the scale. How diluting 10% lavender looked. First you get a gram of your lavender. Then when you've got 1 gram of lavender, you get out your perfumer's alcohol. Ooh, that lavender is so aromatic. I can smell it already. It's already throwing without any alcohol in it. You see, lavender is really rich in ethyllinolol and linalool, and in linyl acetate. And so, because it's got those chemicals in it, it will throw with pretty decent projection and make any perfume it's in project in the same way that it does. So it really smells quite beautiful here as I am diluting my lavender. 8.8. Now I slow down as I get closer. 9.3, 9.6. 10. Good. And I close this up. Give it a little shake. I print these out at the local FedEx store because I can never get my printer to make the printout correctly. So you don't want to know how much I've spent printing labels at the FedEx store, but at least they get printed correctly. And I wind up with this very pretty label. So, to reward myself for making all of these bottles, I've decided I can work on the fragrance that has been bothering me for a little while. The last few days I've been having thoughts of what could I make that would smell like a sparkly unicorn. The year of the fire horse is coming, and I honestly think that a unicorn would be in a field of aromatic herbs, something very much akin to lavender. But what are you going to have for the unicorn itself? Well, it needs to be white, but it needs to be extra white, impossibly white. And now that I have gotten some aldehyde C18, I can actually make that happen with my vanillin. Because vanillin is kind of off-white in its presentation, but if you add a little trace of coconut to it and some ethyl vanillin, you'll get a much brighter, whiter impression. Likewise, I can use a little trace of 10% lemon that'll just disappear under the lavender to make the lavender brighter and in stark relief. And then, since it's the year of the fire horse, I'm going to put some ginger in it, just so that it has some sort of a mid-note. Because my visualization, my idea is this white unicorn with like fiery red hair, because fire horse, frolicking through a field of green and lavender. And what are the reins of my fantasy unicorn made of? Licorice. So here's some 10% star anise that I can put in it to give it some more of a mid-note. So shall we see what our Unicorn Sparkle Firehorse Edition is going to smell like? Check it out. Okay, so we begin by tearing our scale. 0. I got my lavender here. So recipe calls for 3 grams of lavender. It's 1.4. Good. 9 to that 3 grams of lavender. I'm going to put 0.1 of a gram of ethyl maltol. It's 3.4 of a gram because that's ethyl vanillin. 1. .24. Okay, here's 3.4 of ethyl vanillin. Now 0.1 of corn. Good. Now, I'm going to start such a huge Good. Now we got our powdered ingredients and our heavy ingredients. Next thing is ginger CO2, and we will need about 0.6 of a gram of this. Stir. Well, that's 0.9 of a gram. Guess that's going to have to do. A bit more fiery of a fire unicorn than I intended it to be, but so be it. Okay. So. That's 0.5, 0.05. That's 0.25. That is just what? And that leaves us with some aldehyde C18. Just a teeny bit of the aldehyde. Get it there. And we'll mix this up. And vanilla does not want to dissolve in this. Juice smells really good though. Grams of alcohol. Then we add 12 grams of alcohol to our little unicorn fantasy here. So this is approximately 4 grams of stuff in 12 grams of alcohol. Let's see if we can help this dissolve a little. Lupercalia. We have ourselves some unicorn potion. $5 a bottle. $20 grams. A sparkly unicorn potion. Okay. Unicorn Sparkle Fire Horse Edition. Okay. I smell lavender. Very intense, shiny lavender. And okay. Don't know if lavender will smoke me out. Well, I hope I'm not discovering that I have an allergy to fucking lavender now. Okay. Okay, as that's settled down, there's some gingerbreanic brightness. I do not smell coconut at all yet. This really needs to macerate overnight, honestly, to see what it turns into. But, interesting idea, isn't it? Okay. So the lack of adequate vanilla is annoying the shit out of me in this blend. So, I'm going to put 2 full grams of regular vanilla into this. Because I cannot smell the vanilla at all. And it's supposed to be a somewhat vanilla-centric fragrance. The first half gram. Up to 0.9. All vanilla. Okay, so why am I putting such a massive amount of vanilla in my perfume? Because I got about 6 hours on this, and the ginger is completely dominating. The ginger dominates the lavender so intensely it doesn't even seem like lavender anymore. And the ethyl vanillin is just completely MIA in this mix. So I'm adding 2 full grams of vanillin, and we'll see how that works out. So it's the next day, and I guess I should explain my initial reaction to the perfume last night, is that sometimes when perfumes haven't settled yet, some of the ingredients will be unusually strong, and in that particular case I got gassed out by the ginger so bad that the perfume made me gag. And this was a problem that indicated a structural problem with the perfume, because it didn't have enough heavy materials to keep the linalool and linalool in the lavender from gassing me out with the ginger when it was new. So I put another 2 grams of vanilla in here. And another problem was, like, you'd think you know what something smells like, but like this stuff, my brain did not want to perceive this as ginger. The ginger, or the lavender and the ginger accorded so strongly that I had to go and dip my test strip directly in the lavender and smell it and go, okay, Jack, this is what lavender smells like. Can you smell lavender in the blend? Because my brain's initial reaction to this is, this smells nothing like lavender toilet paper, and of course it doesn't. The lavender in toilet paper is fake. The lavender in soap is fake. This is real lavender, and so because it's real lavender, it does not smell at all like the artificial lavender my brain was expecting. And so my brain wanted to read this stuff as its own special herb that was somehow a combination of the aroma chemicals that you smell in both lavender and the thing. So let's smell it on paper first and see how it smells on a paper strip after a day of rest. Okay, it's strong. It's good and strong. It does not smell particularly of lavender per se. The accord of lavender and ginger is so strong that it smells like its own third thing that coincidentally happens to smell like the combination of lavender and ginger. But it's its own very strong, distinct scent. Now, as the lavender wears off, I can smell more and more of the ginger. And it's like the freshness of the ginger makes the lavender much greener. It's not a powdery purple lavender, it's a very green herbaceous lavender. And the herbaceousness of the lavender makes the ginger so super rooty and fresh, like you just pulled the ginger plant up and you've still got the stalk attached to the root and you've just chopped into the rhizome of the ginger plant. It's a very pure, simple ginger and lavender scent. I can't really make out much of the vanilla, which is strange because there's 0.4 of a gram of ethyl vanillin, which should be a good strong vanilla note, and then there's 2 grams of vanilla on top of that, but it's not gassing me out anymore. And now that the lavender phase has passed, I can very much smell it's going very much ginger on me, just straight up ginger. And if it stays like I've been testing it, it will stay gingery for a while. Now, I have sprayed it several times. And on skin it's much more complex. On skin I can smell the sweetness of the ethyl maltol. It does still gas me out a bit when it's new. Not so much on the strip, but on skin it does. And so this is herbaceous, it is weedy, it's lavender, but lavender ginger as if it were its own plant. I can't really smell the lemon. I know it's there, but I can't smell it. I can smell the coumarin a bit. It's making the lavender brighter and kind of fougere-ish. It almost, a little benzyl salicylate would really bring that out and make this into more of a ginger fougere than a lavender ginger perfume. But really, it smells like the sort of thing you might feed your unicorn. So I'm really thinking of changing this from unicorn sparkle to unicorn fodder. But it'll go through a number more iterations before that, because it still doesn't last as long as I would like it to last. The lavender phase lasts, 10-15 minutes. The ginger phase lasts a couple of hours, but I could make both of those last longer with more ingredients. But this one has made an interesting experiment. So, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tune in for more of my experiments. I'll be doing ginger ale next time, and Happy Chinese New Year. Chow Yun Fat Hoi.